Now let's talk about a quarterback who I like, even though I can't stand that team. Tony Romo. Now Tony Romo's made 4 Pro Bowls in his career. He's never been to a Super Bowl, never won a Super Bowl, never even been to a conference championship game. At best, I thought he was a top 10 quarterback. He can put up numbers. No, top 10 quarterback during his time, champ. I mean, he was the top 10 quarterback when he was putting up numbers. But unfortunately for Romo, injuries played along the way. People still remember Tony Romo for a lot of mistakes. Remember the Seattle game in which he bobbled the snap and then he fumbled it? Or do you remember the game against the Giants in the divisional round in which he ended the game throwing a pick? And the only person that came to his defense was T.O., when in which he was crying in the press conference. That's my quarterback. That's my teammate. Tony Romo, very likable figure. He's been doing a great job on the NFL on CBS. If you want to say he's a Hall of Famer as a broadcaster, you can make an argument. I think what's so great about Tony Romo, he predicts plays before it's demonstrated, stuff like that. But as a football player, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Champ, what do you think?
You have to ask yourself this question: if he didn't play for the Dallas Cowboys, would we even be having this conversation?
Oh,
No,
absolutely. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. That's a great point.
I mean, would we? I mean, he made the Pro Bowl 4 times, put up a lot of numbers with a lot of talented players, much like Phillip Rivers. Was never consistent in the playoff. Barely even got to the playoff with some of the most talented teams and talented defenses. I mean, had a great coach in Bill Parcells his first couple of years. Then then with Wade Phillips, he was a pretty decent coach. Had Jason Garrett, but like I said,
Jerry.
yeah,
That was because of Jerry.
yeah, but like I said, if he was not a Dallas Cowboy, would we be having this conversation? No. So if I have to rank whether you're a Hall of Famer based on what team you played for, then no, you're not a Hall of Famer because, like I said, the Hall of Fame is can you write the history of the NFL without you? And I'm going to just be real with you. He's not even, to be honest with you, the best quarterback in Cowboys history is arguably uh is
Troy
arguably
Aikman.
Roger Staubach.
Okay.
Staubach.
Mm.
Arguably Roger Staubach.
Now you can make
So
an argument for Starbuck, although some people would argue Aikman, but yeah, definitely
I
Starbuck.
mean, and if you put those two guys up there, and then people don't even realize the very first Cowboy quarterback that played on the top, Tom Landry, I think is Bob Meredith. Bob Meredith was on that team. I'm not so sure if that's the correct name, but there was a Mr. Cowboy. But
Mm.
it's arguably if you put those two guys, if you put all three of those guys, Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, Roger Staubach, who are you taking? Many would say Roger Staubach. Many would say Troy Aikman. I'm not so even sure Cowboys fans would really say, yeah, I'm taking Tony Romo over those guys. And like I said, if he's not playing for the Dallas Cowboys, if he's playing for, let's say, the Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs during his career, are we even having this conversation? Or even your team, PSP, the Washington Commanders, are we even having this conversation if he's not playing for the Dallas Cowboys? No, so he's not a Hall
Hell
of
no. Hell no.
Famer. So,
Hell no. But yeah, but I mean, when you play for the Dallas Cowboys, that star on your helmet, hey, I mean, that changes.
playing for the Cowboys in the NFL is kind of like playing for the Yankees in the Major League Baseball. You're automatically whether you're mediocre or a super player, you're going to get that extra push.
Hmm.
Uh, what you said, Tony Romo's a Hall of Famer? Absolutely not. I mean, the way I would never forget that moment when Luke Kuechly destroyed the fuck out of him on Thanksgiving, which was absolutely freaking lovely. When he, it's just like it was like a big fuck you to the face, and just like the season was over with Cowboys fans. And
Hmm.
I mean, no, I don't think he's not a Hall of Famer. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think. Yep, like I said, Tony Romo's not a Hall of Famer.
Kenny.
No, I do not believe Tony Romo was a Hall of Famer. Uh, like like Undisputed said, we wouldn't be talking about him if he never played for the Cowboys. So I'm gonna have to agree with him on that.
All right.